which I know, I identify myself as the plug, God the source. So I'm here to give you full disclosure of everything that's relevant according to God's word. If you are not familiar with this channel, please go ahead and like and subscribe and share, most importantly, but you're going to definitely find everything to be relevant and fruitful and beneficial. So today I'm going to deal with something that is a fun fact. It may come to a surprise to some of the viewers and listeners. Kamala Harris is not a black woman. Um, why is this relevant? Well, it's not really about Kamala Harris. It's more so just about the idea that we can be so easily misled. And so Kamala Harris just so happened to be the subject that we decide to use as an example upon. Kamala Harris was voted primarily by a lot of people because they thought that she would be the first black vice president, as far as the female vice president goes. Um, and so a lot of the black women and people in general, maybe even white women, like, this is progress. This showing some diversity. See, racism is not so big after all. It's a thing of the past. Some people even say that it was ordained by God. Now, there may be some validity in these beliefs if Kamala Harris was actually black. But Kamala Harris is not black. Kamala Harris is not a black woman. And I'm not saying because she has a small portion, I'm saying she's not a black woman at all. And we have substantial amount of evidence to show that she's not a black woman. So I don't want to, keep you waiting. We're gonna go ahead and just dive into some of this material, and we're gonna dialogue through this discourse in between.
Y'all, y'all, she's not black. No, she's not black. I don't know why they keep saying it because she got a small percentage. She's not black. Have a small percentage. Oh, she doesn't. Showing her father's grandmother. The father.
You see that? Oh, she don't. See, a lot of people, they be like, she got a small percentage. Where did they get that from? He didn't get that from research. He got that just from her parents. It appears because she has some melanin that she must be a black woman. And so you're going to learn something today. Not everybody that has melanin is a black person. Well, you're going to learn today. He learned.
Who is a college professor and wrote the article says that grandmother was a Hindu house servant. So the only thing he has in him is Hindu and some Irish. So she's Indian.
Wow. So she's Indian and white. She got more white in her than she got black. She has no black. Like, this is crazy. Oh man. Wow, let's just keep on going, man. Let's just keep going.
And because the Irish came in because they own the plantation and they own the state. And the other thing is, well, she's from Jamaica, but you see, Jamaica was part of the British Empire. Matter of fact, they still.
So she comes from an ancestral line that owns plantations. Let's go ahead and highlight that. Take our notes.
Have a governor general represents the queen who has to agree to the installation of any prime minister. He can stay in execution and issue pardons or commutation. He lives in a palace in Kingston. And you got a prime minister, and they represent the British government. Now, it's part of the Commonwealth. It used to be part of the empire. So you have people from Hong Kong, Singapore, Fiji, New Zealand, Australia, Pakistan, India, part of Nigeria, South Africa, Uganda, and all kinds of other places that were part of the British Empire. See, so I know one guy got a beautiful daughter, drop dead gorgeous. Her mother is born in Jamaica, Jamaica citizen. but she's blonde-haired, blue-eyed, as are her parents who were born in Jamaica. But the parents are, guess what? English nobility. So just have to be born when they were checking on their Jamaican property. So you go to Caesar Lisa's been cottage, you get a whole bunch of folks that look high, bright lights, and a lot of white folks down there. So you have people, yeah, man, you're going to go to Boston. No, you're going to get a rich straight man.
You see that? And so, ooh, I was gonna let I'm gonna let y'all keep going. I was gonna let y'all keep going. Hold on.
God is talking to his or his parents.
And I'm glad you said that because I don't know why. Like people are so close-minded, they think that because it's Jamaica, everybody there is black with dreadlocks.
Well, it's not. You know, what she actually is, the anthropological term is what Kamala Harris and her mother and her father are.
What's that?
Harry.
Oh wow.
Still alive long enough, loud enough to get everybody to see. Aryan Brotherhood, Aryan Nation.
Wow.
The Nazis believed that Aryans, blonde-haired, blue-eyed from the far north. So,
Aryans were not blonde hair and blue eyed, my guys. I told you the Nuggets are coming this year.
they were from India and they were Dorothy, the dark skin,
and they
dark hair, dark eyes. The technical name for what Kamala and her family are is called Indo-I-N-D-O type of air.
Wow. Because don't they believe that?
It's interesting that they've got out my ex-wife over in that hospital at the same 12-month period.
Okay.
And for mother, it says race Caucasian. So she's dark, but she's classified as an Aryan Caucasian. See, we keep confusing white and black, Negro, and African.
You didn't hear that? So there's another nugget. So look at this. Listen. Just in case this may have went over any of y'all head. So there's Aryan people, and the Aryan people, they are actually melanated people with dark eyes. They're not highly light people with blue eyes. That's a lie. The people who took on this philosophy of the Aryans that wanted to remove another group of melanated people has adopted the Aryan philosophy and have called themselves the Aryan nation, but the Aryan nation is not native to a people who are blonde hair and blue eye, right? In addition to that, you just heard the man explain to you that the Caucasians, many Caucasians are actually black people. So when people think of Caucasians and they call white people Caucasians, that is a misconception of the idea of what a Caucasian is.
Caucasian. See, Aboriginals in Australia were as dark as any black man from Africa, classified as Caucasians. Also were Pakistani.
Aboriginals from Australia who are as black as any black person that you and I know are considered Caucasians.
And so are Indians. You see, so that line's been told loud and long, but you see, for the mother, raised she this Caucasian, it does not list the country. For the father, the country does not list the country. For the father, the country is blank too. And for race, it says Jamaican. Now, what she was trying to do is, I think that was a duplicate. Because as she has in copies of her yearbook that are circulating, she says, I have enjoyed my
Listen to this.
Canadian school from kindergarten K through 12. And she's indicating that she got a scholarship to Howard University. So I guess she sent that in. They ignorant as they can be at Howard.
Saw Jamaican.
Saw Jamaican, and they gave her a scholarship. And their allegations, from credible sources, allegations that she was frat stuff at a certain fraternity and everybody was banging.
Wow. Oh, she got gangbanged?
Smoking the joint, listening to Tupac and Snoop Dogg. Now, they're about the same age, so that would have made them recording at 9 years old. If you do the math,
Right.
I'm sure you're lying. She made a career off of jamming up black one time.
So did you hear all that? First of all, she wouldn't have been old enough, you know what I'm saying, to be listening to them during that time because they wasn't old enough. Tupac and Snoop Dogg around the same age. You understand me? So that's just false information. So you see what she tried to do. It's like she was being groomed. She was taught to be groomed to try to portray herself as a black woman to mislead people. She smokes weed now. She made a claim she was none of this stuff probably even happened. She probably never got gangbanged. She probably never was smoking weed. She probably never listened to Tupac or Snoop Dogg. You know, and all these things she fabricated, and this was already an agenda before she got to college. We can easily speculate that and see because when people actually state publicly in her presence on social media where she's aware of and identifies Kamala Harris as a black woman, Kamala Harris never steps out her way to renounce that. She never steps out her way to clarify it. She never does it when it's presented to her. Like you don't even have to go out the way when it's when someone has acknowledged you as a black woman on stage and you're standing right there and you know you're not black. So evidently you have the intention to mislead people and leave people under the impression that you have some African ethnicity running through your DNA. You see what I'm saying? That you have an African ethnic background when really your culture is not even black, it's Hindu, you're Indian, and you have Irish in your blood. You see what I'm saying? And you just happen to be born in Jamaica. But you supposedly went to school in Canada from K through 12. During that time, Canada was predominantly white. Like, come on, man, stop it. Stop. See how deceptive these leaders are? See how very misleading these leaders are. That's why it's not good to be green. You need to go check out my video where I said the pale green horse and not the pale white horse. Being so gullible, being naive is not okay. Because what comes next? The angel of death in the underworld follows on another horse. Anytime you be green on the pale spectrum, that's sour green. That's evil green. That's not our kind of green. To mislead people is not a righteous green. That kind of green brings all kinds of evil behind it. Because death is riding that horse. And the underworld pursues.
Allegedly, the Justice Department was on her ass about giving the stiffest sentence recommendation for simple possession of marijuana in the United States. Now that nefarious distinction lies right here where I am in Memphis, where they have a counterpart in there.
So whoa. So now she claims that she was smoking weed growing up in college, but then as a what is it, legislator, as a political official, you chose to give the stiffest sentence for the smallest amount of marijuana. But you for black people? And you know with your statistics that most black people who are incarcerated for smoking marijuana are what? Of the ethnicity that you're trying to portray, that you're obviously not.
A lesbian, allegedly, and she's a woman, and I know when she first started, she's a crook. I'll tell you about a case she tried to pull off. But anyway, come Queen Love, Imhoff, Mrs. Imhoff, no, Mrs. Imhoff is. No, sir. No, sir. That is Kamala Harris's married name. So we
Whoa.
have Mrs. Hillary Clinton, Mrs. Nancy Pelosi, Mrs. Sarah Palin ran for vice president. We got Miss Harris instead of Mrs. Imhoff. What's the matter? married to a rich Hollywood lawyer who's supposed to hold it against her, and then she adopted.
So why is she trying to hide her name? Queen Imha? Why are you? What is the secret? What is this? Y'all need to go do your research, man. Why would she be trying to hide who she's married to? Our vice president married to a man of Hollywood? I wonder if we do some investigation, what will we find there? This is getting out of control, man. This is getting out of control. Hey, stop being pale green.
And his two children. She doesn't have any of her own.
Which is strange to me. It's very strange.
Yeah, but you see, she's trying to hide it. She's pandering to these feminists who want to tell you that marriage is a form of slavery. Is that what it is? Well, hell, at least hyphenated Alpha Harris dash him off. Why you want to put your house from, if you, and she's likely to wind up president. Because I have a sneaky suspicion that senile Biden is going to retire.
Yep.
Any benefit reason, because they're trying to give him a face saving a way out by saying it's senile.
Whoa, 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 whoa. This is where we're going. This is where we're going to conclude this clipping. This is where we're going to conclude the clipping now. So imagine, because I know everybody's seen every meme, any meme that has something to do with somebody being senile, retarded, goofy, just embarrassing and shameful. Joe Biden, there's at least one for Joe Biden for all of those, if not 20. Everybody's seen a YouTube, a short clip video of Joe Biden falling down steps, Joe Biden forgetting who his wife is, Joe Biden forgetting when his son died, Joe Biden forgetting his own name. Everybody's seen where he just forgot what he's about to say next, right? But when he just said this, the last time I watched it, it made me think maybe this is all an act of Joe Biden. Because imagine you becoming president, because he wasn't this incompetent. But imagine you becoming president and you discover that there's a strong chance that your deepest secrets and your darkest secrets, most importantly, could be exposed. And that they're so terrible that you could be put to death, imprisoned and put to death, or incarcerated indefinitely, right? Imagine that. So what you do, you're already the president, so people are already looking for an excuse to keep you on the streets because you're a dignitary. That's why they haven't even, even prosecuted the man. But this man's crimes like human trafficking, treason to the utmost. These are things that he's being accused of. We see that he already violated so many federal laws by having secret documents in his home. But now all of a sudden you see now, you can't remember nothing. I don't know. The man talking about he had encounters with aliens about 11 months ago. He made a statement that he had some encounter with some aliens, some green men or gray men, and he told them to come back, and then he just forgot what he was saying suddenly. You see what I'm saying? This could be all an act, and everybody can just, if you're so green, you'll go for it. Like, it's too obvious for you to be naive to what's going on, man. If Kamala Harris been deceptive from the beginning, what makes you think that the president that is her partner hasn't been deceptive from the beginning? And if he's acting, or she's acting more so like she's black, what makes you think that he's not acting about his medical conditions? You see how he be saying some of the most stupidest stuff on statement. She be in the background like this. She doesn't go like, whoa, what did he just say? She doesn't seem confused, thrown off, concerned. You don't seem concerned. Why wouldn't you be? I would be concerned if I see somebody, even if it's my partner, my best friend, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like you're coherent. I would be quite concerned, especially if we're in a leadership position, that's just like you driving behind the car and I start to behind the steering wheel and I'm in the passenger seat and I start to see you swerving, you know, I'm just going to act like everybody inside the car, including myself, is just fine and dandy. You know, at the passerbys ain't got no right or no concern to be staring at us like, you know, we can cause a mass collision that can jeopardize the safety of everybody. I'm just going to just to relax, close my eyes and everything. Knowing that you could be what? Tired. You could be drunk. You could be, I don't know, suffering some medical illness. You don't serve a slight of concern because it's all an act. See, the person that's swerving, he's swerving on purpose. There's an intention behind swerving. It's to throw everybody around off. So now everybody driving by is going to slow down, speed up, and give you all this space to do whatever you're trying to do with your malicious intent. So I just want y'all to be so mindful of this. And I had to make this video because this video is kind of in concordance to several videos that I'm going to make in regards of being too green, to the point that you're sour, you're pale green. Now I'm going to need you to like, subscribe, and share this video, and then watch the pale green horse. Please watch that video. And we gone.